shit. Tommy G, what the fuck you talking about? You an inmate in Atlanta, fool. Say it ain't so.
To me, the only way to mentally survive a place like this is to have strict discipline and routine. This is a place designed to break.
This nigga Tommy G, the only nigga who could really go to a prison and some shit and bring like this like 6 days. You remember 60 Days In? You remember that show? And just for Tommy G though.
God.
I have a brother down here, so I want to be able to put everything on his train. Because he'll do the same for me.
If I were to sleep in Unit 5, what would happen? Oh shit. Somebody will get switched. What does it make you think though when you tell them, hey, I have bed bugs, and then no one does anything? It pisses you off. Do you guys find it crazy that you don't see the light of day? It's definitely crazy. Because when you get up, you're like this. Yep. What is it like being a white boy here? You get tired for nothing. This is brought to you by the sponsor of today's video, War Thunder, the most realistic military vehicle game on the planet. You can fly jets, drive tanks, command warships, and the best...
Y'all know I fuck with Tommy G. I don't be fucking with the games like that though. Not yet, fuck.
Into the episode. I've always wondered what it's like to be locked up. So today, for 24 hours, I'm getting that experience firsthand as an inmate inside one of Georgia's most notorious jails, Clayton County Jail. This is a place known for stabbings, overcrowding, and chaos. And in this episode, we'll hope to explore questions like, what is justice? How bad should jail really be? Does the system actually help anyone change? And is it the job of the system to change someone in the first place?
Hey, I be playing chess and shit like that, so I'll be over there goddamn dicing niggas over there.
Alright,
chess
so
games,
I'm gonna do a deep dive here, probably gonna ask more questions about Epstein, Israel.
I was gonna say nigga on that car.
Excuse me, sir.
I didn't know that was
He looks familiar. What's your name, sir? Tommy G. Tommy what? Tommy G.
Tommy G? I think we have a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to detain you for right now, sir.
This is what you get for asking questions about Israel.
I'm going to place you back in my seat, sir.
Nigga going to jail with look at the car. Look at the kind of car he in.
In Clayton County Jail.
No, sir, step on out. You're going to go straight to that gray door over there. Can I get the wall over here? Turn around for me. Okay. Lean forward a little.
Alright, what's your name?
Kyle.
Tom.
Unlock your fingers. And I'll take the handcuffs off, place it on the wall.
Hey, fool.
Alright, go ahead and take your hoodie off for me, sir. Come back to me. Turn it. Alright, hands on the wall, all the way up. Take 2 steps all the way back. Got anything in your pocket that can poke me, anything like that?
I wanna know who that girl over there with the white glasses over there at the desktop.
At all times when you walk in the jail, make sure you walk with your hands behind your back, okay? Yes, sir. Come on and walk through the middle, take it.
And she holding?
Alright, Tom, they have you here for valid information because you don't have a bond at this time. So you'll just wait to go to court, okay?
Okay. How long do you think this would take?
17 days.
7 to 10 days?
Yes.
Take it off.
Nigga, hold on. First of all, I thought it's normally you can't see a judge until like Monday or some shit. Like if you got arrested during like the weekends or some shit like that, ain't no judge over there. But what they talking about? This Atlanta we talking about though. They be saying they overpacked all type of shit. 7 to 10 days to see a judge. That's crazy. I got him some Crocs. I gotta call my phone now. He got socks and shit already.
You see a sergeant, lieutenant, major, captain, sheriff, you have to turn around and face the wall, say their command. Alright, turn around and face the wall. Sergeant on deck, lieutenant on deck, anybody on deck, okay? Since you have a probation, you'll be here 7 to 10 days until your probation officer gets on the phone and come talk to you. They have up to 10 days to come talk to you.
Can you tell me about the unit that I'm getting placed in?
So this is the orientation unit. Of course, all male.
She don't look like she don't be going in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can see some of these officers and they just be going in jail and they be doing some little illegal shit in there, you know what I'm saying? They be going and shit with the inmates, doing some sex shit. I don't think she be going unless she selling that shit hard though.
When you first enter the jail, once you do the intake, you learn the rules of the facility, you learn command staff.
Is this where I'm staying tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't tell me you looking. Hey, don't tell me you looking kind of scared, Tommy. Nah, you ain't scared from him. But
I'm pretty
damn,
sure
bro.
this is the best unit to be in. Right now, this is the best spot to be for. Okay.
I've been trying to crank it all day, bro.
I'm excited. We're gonna have a good time today.
I got you. We gonna be good. I got you. I'm about to put you in the game, twin.
If I were to sleep in Unit 5, what would
When
happen?
I gave you his bill?
They stab me or we're trying to butt stuff with me. You gotta do
And bugs. You don't want no bugs over there, bro.
And so the reason there's bugs in there but not in here is why?
They painted in, came in here, redid everything.
Then you guys keep it clean.
Yes, and we keep
So
it
do
super
you think bugs are they the inmates' fault or the jail's fault or both?
Both.
So if people just behaved here, would jail be a lot nicer?
Yes, but you're not gonna have that because you have people that don't have money, people that don't have people that love them on the outside. So now,
That's all right here, bro. Look like he be in there squabbling in there. See, I was looking at Jordan, the other nigga over there, like, dude, he be squabbling over there. He said, Tommy, I got you for them. You my celly. You feel me? Bro, look like he be on the bullshit.
that comes, I don't have food. You know what I mean? So then somebody's gonna come try to take your food. That's how it goes.
So if you were in another unit, would you have to worry about your stuff getting stolen constantly?
Yeah, for sure. I just left a unit where I had to worry about that. Somebody came in my room, they're just standing at the door for the longest. Like just standing there, and I'm like, what you in here for? My food. So this is my boy's blanket. Get my boy set up. Alright. Got brand new everything, bro. And then take this in and that in the top and the line. That way let's just keep sliding.
That's smart. So this is what I sleep with?
That's your blanket, yes sir.
What material is this? Recycled wool?
Yeah, some trash.
No pillows here?
No pillows, bro.
No pillows. Okay, so I got
Oh yeah, you got it. You
got
got it.
toilet paper. This is my toothbrush. This is toothpaste.
So they brought you
Maximum security toothpaste.
maximum security.
Do you ever do pull-ups? I don't know if you can use it.
No. They don't allow it in this dorm. So I do push-ups all the way up the steps. And when they're not here, I go on the outside right there and I do my dips.
Are you not allowed to do pull-ups? Or are you not allowed to work out?
They let us work out, but you have to take your jump. You want to take your jumps to like halfway down. They took our lights this morning.
Because how often does this get changed?
Every week.
You do your push-ups going up the stairs?
Up the stairs and down.
You want to do one round and I'll do one round?
Let's do it.
Do you feel like working out is what keeps everything together?
It keeps you from being upset. Yeah, so yes.
Nigga out doing dips.
Your first detail is to Help cook, okay? Alright, you gotta do the potatoes. Here you go. Good morning. Alright, so you gonna do the potatoes, right? Yeah.
Potatoes. They do 8 ounce.
Okay.
8 ounce.
8 ounce potatoes.
8 ounce potatoes.
Okay. What's mixed into the potatoes? Sausage?
Yeah. Turkey meat, down served beef and pork.
No beef? Your entire time in jail, no beef. That's my favorite thing to eat. So what motivated you to join kitchen duty rather than stay in general pop?
It helped us get out quicker. And a lot of us not here for nothing serious, for real. Little misdemeanor stuff. There's so many people here. Like, sometimes you gotta wait to get on the calendar for court.
What kind of misdemeanor are you here for?
Obstruction and 2 grams of weed.
It's not like you're
The cornbread was good.
a danger to society.
I'm not a danger to society at all. I got my own security company. I literally work with officers in the jail.
What that nigga said on life, if you gonna eat your
What we got
cornbread,
going on here?
We're fixing the salami and the cheese.
you go there and get your own cornbread.
All this goes in one bag?
Yeah. And then we seal them up.
That ham
So we
sandwich.
got 2 slices of bologna, 2 slices of cheese. They make essentially 2 sandwiches with this.
Okay. Get them
Show me how it's done.
Take these and spin them, get the press out of them so the bread won't get stale. Twist them like this right here. Put them through the staple.
How have you been here for?
Well, I've been here about 2.5 months.
How much longer do you think you'll be here?
Well, you know, for the type of case they got me for a terroristic threat case, but hopefully, you know, if God willing, he'll free me for whatever is going on. And I have a brother down here, so
We heard what he said, what he talking about, but we really don't know what the fuck he talking about.
I wanna
We don't have enough
put
teeth to talk
everything
about.
on this train. So he'll do the same for me.
So he's locked up today with us?
Yeah.
And you're one of the reasons you help pack these lunches to help get him fed.
Yeah. My mother told us before she left that never turn on one another. And I would just want to let them know. If they want war, it's coming.
Yeah, school's good. Well,
10 minutes. But they need somebody in there like this.
so you guys get lunch
Well, we
and
stay.
dinner at the same time?
Yeah.
Let me bring you up to speed on how the food schedule works in this jail. Breakfast is served between 3 and 5 a.m. Then lunch and dinner are served together about 10 or 11. And dinner is either a peanut butter and jelly or a bologna sandwich pack. And if you don't have commissary, this is the food that has to last you the entire day.
Want some seasoning, my boy?
Do they even use salt on this? No salt?
No seasoning.
Does this last you more than one meal? Or?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So let's just use a little bit?
Yeah.
And then, okay, so what's on the tray right now?
So we got black eyed peas, cake, cornbread, and then these potatoes with the turkey stuff inside.
So 2 pieces of cornbread.
No, that's cake right there, brother.
Cake?
Yep, that's cake.
Whose birthday is it?
It's ours.
To me, what I'm looking at as an athlete, there's no protein.
Protein, exactly. So that's why I get a lot of peanut butter in the store. I order it.
So that's your savior, is peanut
That's my
butter.
savior.
This potato and turkey stuff is
Peanut
good.
butter.
We'll have to see. Normally I'll give it away if I don't like it.
And then cake. How often do you get cake here?
Every day.
I've been noticing that you've been squinting a lot.
Yes, I have bad vision. I don't have no means of getting any eye care in here. So,
Go down there
wanted
and
to see.
murder.
Yeah, I had lost my vision when I got in here. When I knew by that, I had lost my contacts. I've been wearing contacts since I was like 12.
Yeah.
I wish I had some glasses, but you know what I mean. They don't offer that kind of service here, so.
Can you
Oh yeah, so
demonstrate?
this is what I have to do to see, and it might look crazy. I've been called Cyclops off the X-Men, you know what I'm saying? But this right here, it does help me see better. For you know what I'm saying, I can see it at 4. Yeah.
What does it say?
How's it in it 4? Yeah. I can see the 1 on that door over there. You know, the dorm 1. I can see I could definitely see them numbers.
I noticed that while you're in there, my friend Ryan was squinting a lot. And I thought, this guy needs some glasses. So
it ain't good going to jail and shit like that if you got, you know what I'm saying, something fucked up with you. You know what I'm saying? That's why a nigga gotta be cool. Just be cool, man. Just be cool.
Talked to my guy Strickland. We got the jail doctor to visit him. And Ryan got some glasses. So, happy about that. It's just something basic that I think someone in there should be able to have, especially if they're in there for months or years. So, what do the other units think about you guys?
There were fucking snitches, there were fucking rats. They hate us because it's cleaner in here. That's pretty much it. It's way cleaner.
And if they wanted to join this dorm, how easy would it be for them to do it?
They can't, because that guy right there has to select you. He hand-selected each one of us to come here.
So, if you guys mixed back around, would you have a target on your back?
No, not me.
Give me your background a little bit.
So I'm GD, I'm peso G. Yeah, I don't have no problems around this jail.
Peso G.
They get repercussions.
Nigga say he GD.
Me and the rest of my brothers. That's how it goes in this jail for me. Anything out of whack, your ass going on the door. You don't wash your ass, anything like that, going on the door. I don't play that shit. And that's facts.
What is going on the door, man?
Meaning you rolling your bunk up, get your snacks, everything, get your ass on the door. Or you finna get your ass beat the fuck up.
And then once the guards see you on the door, that means they just move you?
They gonna come get you and move you to somewhere else.
I notice there's no crumbs anywhere. Do I use anything as a plate or is this the plate?
That is your plate. So bust it down. I'm about to go get mine so I can show you how to do it for real. This your plate right here, Tony. This how you do it, you feel me? Gotta bust it down, Tony. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they finna fuck that shit up.
Do not consume.
What is that?
Do not consume. But if you look on there, it say felony.
What is that?
It's some shit that makes you slow as hell and make your dick not hard.
You know what? Here, even
A
though
lot of folks are telling me to put that shit on my sandwich, nigga. I ain't taking that
little
shit.
shit, like having to face the wall when someone comes down the hallway, makes you feel like, dude, like an animal. Yeah, like
Sick.
So this is one of the best meals you can get in here.
That's the best shit you can get.
Like clown.
Two sandwiches, some cookies. Some cookies look good.
I am scared of shit here because, like, will they
Shit, food ain't.
Okay, you're good. You're good.
They were gonna give us shoes. They were gonna give us more blankets, but they said that some of the blankets were bug infested.
Yeah.
This is a game of calories right here, trying to get enough calories to feel okay.
Yes, every day. Like, I work out so much. I'm about to work out again, but it doesn't really do anything because there's no protein. You know what I mean?
And that's designed so that people don't get strong.
Yes, and fight the guards and do all that type of shit. Put those cookies on there.
Fight the dog.
There you go.
Like this.
There you go. There you go. Now you're doing something.
What is it like being a white boy here?
I mean, if you stay out of the way and you don't do too much, you'll get by. But you'll get tried for nothing.
Are whites finally getting racial treatment? Like we're getting racist treatment now?
We been getting that. As long as we stay out of the way and we mind our business, we ain't gotta worry about nothing.
Alright, so guys, I have an important announcement here. Let's just say someone's committed a crazy crime, dangerous crime. They robbed someone at gunpoint. Does a guy like that deserve to have better food than this in here?
I think we all deserve some protein. That. This is Mika. She
Fuck him just trying to get his body right, fuck bullshit.
Yeah, jail's boring, bro. This place is boring as hell.
Thinking about all the time that gets wasted in jails honestly makes me sick to my stomach. Most of the people in here are young men, which arguably should be the most productive members of society, but instead, due to their own choices and a backed up legal system, they're spending some of the most valuable years of their life stuck in kind of a purgatory just wasting away. And it makes me wonder, if there's a way to put these guys to work, something like the modern day version of the CCC from the 1930s, where they could work to the benefit of this country while also building up their skills, self-esteem, and a little bit of a nest egg for when they get out. And I'm guessing, given the choice between wasting away in a cell or doing something good for society, I'm hoping a lot of these guys would choose the option to get to work.
That's the best entertainment right there. Those two phones. Call your girl. It sucks because you're going to get a hard one. Once you hear her voice, you get a hard one and you can't do shit about it.
I wanted to hear how jail impacted people on the outside, so Xavier got me in touch with his girlfriend Dedra so I could hear how her life is affected by having her boyfriend in jail.
The hardest part about maintaining a relationship through the phone is...
I ain't gonna say shit. She might be 100, might be 100. Not gonna lie, shit. She got all the makeup for this video. I would have said, baby, what you doing? Nah, fool. But I understand though.
First of all, not even being able to call them. You know, you gotta wait for them to call you. You can call and then press 5 to answer. There's been plenty of times he just did not answer. Somehow the phone just not working. Like, the person could be thinking like, oh, you ignoring me. Oh, you're not answering on purpose. Why you not answering the phone? Then now we arguing. Now you gotta explain this, or they might not even trust what you're doing because, of course, they're in there, you're out here. So it brings a lot of, anxiety for them because they're stuck in there. There's nothing that they can do, but they know they loved ones on the freeway, so what are they doing? You know what I'm saying?
This made me think of my wife, so I decided to give her a call.
Hey, sir. It's going good. I just can't imagine trying to have a relationship with you like this, where I can only call you and I can't even see you. We can't visit. If you do video call through a tablet, I couldn't imagine doing that. It just would be very dehumanizing and sad.
That nigga.
Yeah.
That nigga Tommy G over there pillow talking on that still phone, man. Niggas all go through with that shit. But they definitely be testing the different hoes though, for sure, bro.
I don't have my cell phone anymore. I can't wait to feel your warm body. Yeah, I'm sleeping there tonight, but I'm gonna imagine I'm sleeping next to you.
You do that shit all the time. He said that
Don't worry, I won't. I love you. I didn't time it correctly, so I wasn't able to say I love you. It just hangs up on you.
This experience made me realize that I take it for granted having my phone on me to talk to my friends or family whenever I want. But in here, connecting with people is almost impossible. You get 5 minutes to talk for free, with a voice constantly reminding you that the call is being monitored. And if you want more time, your family has to put money on your books. It's very hard for me to imagine that this would be my only way to talk with my wife and kid. And I can see how easy it would be to feel forgotten, lonely, and depressed in a place like this. And it makes me think, should in-person family visits be allowed, or is this a harsh enough punishment that makes someone not want to commit a crime again?
Do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah. I talk to her majority of the day.
Is it hard to have a relationship through this phone?
This is my first time being here, so my first time, period, like being arrested. It's kind of hard.
There's just a lot of little depressing things like, okay, I can't stand past this red line.
Yeah, you step over this line, they gonna come in here and get your ass.
Hearing what they going through.
When the fuck did she switch?
Really do nothing about it.
Oh.
You can't really.
Oh, she popping it from Tommy G. Alright, nigga in that cell, boy. She had to switch.
It's all good. So you literally hearing your loved one going through it. And all you can do is talk on the phone. Put money on their commissary, and pray they get their commissary.
Hey, if you want a career in IT, then get...
They probably take that shit.
How much would a bond cost to get you out?
No bond. Probation.
So you couldn't bond out if you wanted to?
Couldn't even bond out if I wanted to.
How much would it cost to bond you out?
$250.
$250? And are there any family members you've reached out to ask?
No, group homes has been kind of difficult.
So there's not really someone out there that can just bond you out?
No.
Okay. I want to pause here for a second. This guy grew up bouncing in and out of the foster care system and has nobody on the outside to lean on. To put his situation in perspective, it costs taxpayers more to keep him locked up for 3 days than it would be to simply let him go. But because he has no family, no support system, he is stuck in here for months. And it really makes you wonder how many kids who age out of foster care end up feeding directly into the jails.
What about you? How much would it cost to bond you out?
I get out in like 20 days. I've been here for like 12 months now.
And what do they have you here for?
I'm here on 2 different cases. I got a felony case and a misdemeanor case. My first case is a simple battery and a battery. The other one is a criminal damage, a battery, and theft.
Don't have a bond. Violation of probation. So if you violate probation, there is no bond.
Yeah.
Well, he doing 90 days.
The officer has the power to come get you or not. She can come tell me I can go home whenever, but she wants me to go back in front of the judge so they can either get rid of my probation or just put me back on there and keep it going.
To bond out, how much would that be?
800.
800? And what do they have you here for?
And they were out of like breaking the cars. It wasn't like I do it on a regular daily basis. I just got caught up at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Do you think family will come together to get that for you, or they're like, hey, you gotta set this one out?
They're trying. And I want to work with my mom at Walmart, and I just want to change my life. I just want to be with my girl. Just do normal young person things like.
The Strickland came in here and gave me shit about this bed.
Yes.
I cannot use my blanket as a pillow?
No.
Like, it's literally a violation.
That's literally, you're gonna get in trouble. So if your bed doesn't look like my bed, you're gonna put it on the door.
What?
Yes, they're gonna come get you.
So you're just not allowed to use to try and innovate and make a pillow?
No. The only innovation you can do is what I was telling you. Take this and put it in your towel. That's it.
So hypothetically, 2 situations. Let's say we're in a gang, there's other gang members in a different gang. If we get jumped, how do the guards know that we're getting jumped?
They don't. Only way is if you run to that front window and say, hey,
But 6 guys run in here.
6 guys running here right now trying to stab us. We gonna have to fight for our lives.
The guards will have no idea.
They will have no idea until we make it to that front door and say, hey! And most likely they're gonna be behind you, still stabbing you up.
If I wanted to make a shank, how long would it take me?
3 nights. So, this right here is essentially a rough spot in every facility that you go in. It doesn't matter if you're in Forsyth County, Georgia. Underneath the toilet seat, there's normally leakage right there. And it makes it rough.
And that's where you sharpen it?
Everybody sharpens their shit right there or in the shower. I hate to make this bad, man. I'm not getting in trouble for you. I'm just
So this is where the military aspect comes in.
Yes.
Every day,
Every fucking day.
They give you a point, and you get the fuck out.
Straight up. You go out. They're gonna be like, hey, bro, come with me.
And you'll go to a shittier unit?
Yeah, you're going to the bugs, bro. That's what we be saying in here.
Can't take no.
Well, you going to the bugs. Never let nobody sit at the head of your bed. That's a rule in jail.
So I can sit on this side, but not anyone else?
Yeah, nobody else can sit on that side of your bed. You never let anyone sit on that side of your bed.
Disrespectful?
That's disrespectful. They fart right there. You might get a pink eye. Exactly.
Go to the wall.
Time you see her, go to the wall. Just go to the wall. They come to check on Tommy. That's it.
I'm a happily married man. I know a lot of people here are girlfriends, but I think for men locked up all day, even just a glimpse of a woman is just like,
Yeah.
right.
I got
It's
the
a
whole
big
woman, but that's...
So when I was a wrestler, I would cut weight, so I would have to drop like 15, 16 pounds. We would watch the Food Channel all day. I would think about food all day. Same thing in here, women.
That's food.
But yeah, this is what bed bugs do to you for real life. Not from this unit? Not this unit, no. This is the best unit you can be in. Bed bugs is one of them. For real, this is what, and I put in several medical requests, didn't do nothing, you know, no. Yeah. They didn't do nothing to help me. Nothing to help me.
What does it make you think though when you tell them, hey, I have bed bugs, and then no one does anything?
I mean, it pisses you off. Especially the people on the outside like, wow, hell, they thought I was lying to them.
There's nothing you can do about it. The bugs, you can be famous, you can be the cleanest person in there, but once you step foot in that door and you lay down, the bugs is gonna get on you. They lay eggs in your jumpsuit, they lay eggs in your hair, but safely they got me out the dorm and they got me in.
Hell no, bro. Shit, those way.
This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept charges, you may start the conversation now.
So are you reusing the tray?
Yeah, here you go.
Just for storage or for what?
Yeah, storage, for tomorrow. Just a for sake. Most of this is just bread though, which I see, but these are peanut butter sacks. One of my favorite. You don't go to the store, probably the best thing you can get.
How much does each of those peanut butter sacks cost?
Probably a super piece. This is my blow up picture, you know what I'm saying? That's why I got arrested.
What's your hope for when you get out of here?
Stay good and do the right thing, man. Be there for my mom.
In the best case scenario, if I had to go to jail, I would just try and do push-ups and read books all day. But I will say, a big part of why I run so smooth is I have a really good diet. And so eating shit all day, sleeping like shit, there's a lot of things stacked against you here. It is demoralizing being here. Like knowing how much I love my family, my wife, my boy, my dog, my friends, and to think you just never get to interact with them, you never get sunlight. It doesn't even feel like a real place. You know, it almost this feels fake in a way to me. Like it would take a while for it to set in. To think that I'm unplugging from black mold.
We use this tablet for, well, I use
That's
for
what I wanted to
educational purposes. You can call your folks on here. You also can get your education. So it's GED stuff on here. I recently got my anger management on here. Family violence on
I
here.
got $6 on that.
So these are the ones that I passed already.
It's really been quite challenging, to be honest, as far as like financially, our relationship.
Now she back in hey, shorty crazy, bro.
Even with our kids, you know, it's affected everything.
So what you're about to see is jail ingenuity. So what are we making in here?
Alright, so this is a pocket. I usually be making pockets by myself for real, because a lot of people don't like hot stuff. But I eat hot stuff all the time, so.
What you see being prepared here is called a pocket, and this is infamous in jail and prison. You actually saw one in last week's episode, and the poor guy probably lost between $15 and $20 worth of food when he accidentally dropped his on the floor. It's usually a mixture of noodles, packaged meats, beans, and various flavoring like spice packets or pickle juice. And due to the complete...
I ain't making no swirls though, bro. I'm good. I'll probably just munch on a whole bunch of shit, but
lack of nutritious food in jail, the pocket is oftentimes the best meal an inmate can get his hands on.
How much is this?
I think that's $6, I think.
$6?
Yeah, I think this one is $5.
No way.
Yeah.
This stuff seems expensive. How do you get the money to buy all this?
Something that outside somebody put money on your books and you just order it yourself, or they do an online package for you. I think if it was like $3. This cheese, I think it's almost $3 too. It's insane. Chips,
For regular cheese?
yeah, it's jalapeno cheese. And this chips, this bag is like $1.90. I think it's $1.90 for this. And then these is like $2 something. And everything just goes in here.
This is your first time in jail?
I'm gonna get hella chips and lunch.
This is the longest time I've been in jail.
How does this compare to your other jail stays?
It's terrible.
What makes it worse than other jails?
The bugs.
You know, other jails are more clean.
Somewhere like that. They don't have bugs. The light bugs, I never knew what light bugs was until I
painful it must be to not be able to be there for those reports.
Oh yeah, this is the first time I missed their birthdays. So
What was you
I
finna do
didn't
with
even
this
think about it
paper
sometimes
for?
though. And my youngest son, he can talk now. When I got locked up, he couldn't talk.
How is this coming along? Great.
What the fuck is he finna do with this shit, though?
We're gonna eat good, Tom. We're gonna eat good. Ready?
I got my cereal right here.
Time to eat, bro. I'm getting hungry. Check on me.
What do you think?
We ready, y'all.
So to eat like this, does that mean someone back home is working really hard to try and provide?
Most dead for sure. My girl's a leasing agent, so she goes to work every single day. Then for my book, she goes and does Ubers.
So she f***ing hustles so that you eat good.
Hustling, so
You better marry that woman when you get out of here. Yeah. It seems like everything in the jail industry is built inefficiently or in a way that squeezes every penny out of you. Speedy trial? No thanks, you'll sit in jail for months. Commissary? Don't worry, we'll put the shittiest food at the premium prices. I mean, even the process of trying to send money to inmates was ridiculous. I sent a few $100 to different guys in there, and not only was I gouged at a 10% transaction fee, but the payment system was so terrible that I actually thought it was broken. And I don't think jail needs to be the Ritz-Carlton, but it certainly feels like a system that has such terribly low standards, from the vendors all the way to the basic services provided. And the hard truth is, most of the people in this system are already poor.
It was like, bro, you shouldn't have did what you did. Now I'm finna crank you, finna tax you, all type of that. It shouldn't be like that. But niggas know how they come, bro. It's bogus.
And this kind of nonsense stretches already struggling
my
families
balls,
to the
man.
breaking point.
For my bros.
Food review time?
yeah, you gotta do a food review. You definitely have to do one.
There's a lot going on. I was like, oh, I taste this and I taste that. There's like 5 things in a row that just
Smack you like.
of all our guys in our team, he's the most likely to be a career felon.
Oh yeah.
Who the fuck is that?
John Keegan, they call him.
Yeah.
Imagine this. You gotta take a shit, but everywhere you look, there's another person. And you gotta take a shit out in the open because your self-toilet doesn't work. I don't know about you, but that's not how I want to shit. And then imagine this. To get clean, to get hygienic, you gotta shower in a place like this where maybe it's hot, maybe it's not. And again, if you're in a dangerous unit, you have to be constantly on guard. You're naked, you're vulnerable, you can't see what's behind you. Someone could get you at any time. It just is more of a nerve-wracking experience. We're out in the free world, showering's a relaxing experience.
There's power in the shower. You never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold. You can also get stabbed in here.
So let me show y'all guys something real quick. If you look closely right here, the table where you're supposed to eat your food at, this is where they used to sharpen their sinks, but now they don't do that no more because they can't. We're in the honor dorm, we don't do that business around here no more. But yeah, if you just take it a forward motion like this, you see the little swiggly lines in there.
Had a long day in jail. You just want to go to sleep, so just turn off the light. Wrong. That thing never turns off.
I'm glad they put
Right?
Tommy G
And
in
the rules
the
say that you can't even block
the calmest dorm in
That's
this
when I go to
motherfucker for
sleep.
Tommy G, cause
Like this. One of the
Hey.
tough things about this place is how limited your options are for anything.
what if this
From
nigga
your
Tommy G
food,
had a squabble
from
with
going
one of the
outside, how you have
gangsters?
to exercise,
One
how
of
you
the
have to
clouds.
shit. You go
All type
from
of
this
shit.
extremely free life to this very tightly constrained, soul-crushing existence that just batters the human soul.
You gotta
What is
sleep
he
in this
reading?
cold ass place, bro. I feel bad.
I'm about to go to sleep. I'm about to read and try to go to sleep.
I know. Cause baby, I need to hear your voice.
See, at first I said, bro, will you be? He probably be over there squabbling and shit. Bro be singing and he's singing that nigga.
Dogging me. Seems like it's time to let you go.
Alright. We just got woken up for Trace. It's about 4:40. This place has a very interesting schedule. Welcome to another stay at the Ritz-Carlton.
He wants to get everybody lined up so everybody can eat. Try to leave no man behind in the morning time. Good morning, man. How y'all making this morning?
Good, how are you?
How was your stay? Staying alright?
It's very
What's up, shit? See, I told y'all it's always be them types. She might be cracking shit. I'm gonna make sure my man gonna eat good.
early. So again, let's just draw your attention to the food. This is the protein. This is cake.
Chill out, fool. Damn, fool. Never mind, I'll take that back, fool. Shit, fuck y'all. Hey, fool. Bro. That's literally one egg. Probably half an egg. Is that supposed to be the biscuit? Why they keep giving him cornbread and shit? Big ass grits. Damn.
Sure, I realize how lucky my diet on the outside is, and just how much to value freedom. I mean, it's huge. Normally, I wait until noon to eat, and I have about 4 eggs and bacon. I wait till noon. I eat lunch about 2 or 3, and I eat dinner about 6 or 7. And meat is a strong part of every breakfast. Sorry, every meal. Every meal has meat. There's not one meal that doesn't have. And that's powdered eggs. So, thank you, sir. A little brown coffee. This probably cost $700 from the commissary. I was waiting for this shit.
Yeah. I ain't trying to hide from the town. I'm trying to be on camera. You trying to be on camera? Yeah. We can't even see your ass. So you need to shut the fuck up. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Fuck you too. Send the nigga on PC.
Honky.
Oh,
For all the young.
they said they in PC.
Fuck up. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Fuck you too. Send the nigga on PC.
Honky. For all the young guys out there thinking like doing whatever they're doing in the streets is the coolest thing ever, and they don't realize this is where they're gonna end up. What can you tell the young guys out there?
Stay your ass out of here and stop doing what the you doing. They got cameras and AI, every thing. You're coming in here or you're gonna die. So you might as well just stop all the crime. Like just stop what you're doing. Nothing's worth your freedom at all. For all y'all that think y'all hard, a hard head make a soft ass.
We got a little longer here, but I can't wait to see my boy, I can't wait to see my wife, I can't wait to see my dog, and it's only been a couple days away from home for me.
Literally.
I was speaking on the jail situation, dealing with the jail and how overpopulated the jail is and the violence that they're talking about inside the jail. It has nothing to do with the sheriff. Nothing to do with the sheriff. The sheriff is doing everything he can to keep this jail in order. So why everybody talking about the sheriff is not the sheriff. It's the courts, the probation officers, people not going to court, people being in here overpopulated for 2 or 3 years, like myself, waiting to go to court for court cases and charges that we just sitting in jail for. It's not the sheriff's fault.
In the Air Force, we operate as a team of teams.
I guess. Niggas already know I ain't going to jail. I ain't going to jail because I'm like, now y'all probably gonna try to smoke
To me,
me
the
already.
only way to mentally survive a place like this is to have strict discipline and routine. Prison, if used correctly, has created some very influential men in history. Nelson Mandela, Malcolm X. In my own life, I have a personal friend that used his 10 years in prison very wisely. But journaling, writing, thinking, I feel like that's the only way to keep it together, because this is a place designed to break you down into nothing.
Stay out of jail or prison. This is not the place to be.
Literally, it's not for any of us. I don't wish this on anybody. I don't wish this on my worst enemy. So just stay up out of here, man. Do what you can. Try to find something that you love and stick to it, please. Because this is not the place for any of us.
This episode was brought to you by War Thunder, and there is a...
Yeah, shout out to Tommy G. Oh shit, I ain't ready.
letting us in. That's huge. Thank you to the guards, especially Strickland, and thank you to my roommate Xavier. And finally, thank you to Greg from Lucky 8. He's the guy that produces 60 Days In and a lot of great documentaries you see on Netflix. I'm very interested in
nigga, I told you, my nigga, Tommy G, the only nigga that had a call me come back to Tommy G and do 60 days in just by himself. Looking at niggas.